Okay, in this video, we'll be talking about Google Ads for counselors or therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, your therapy practice. We'll talk about how to run Google Ads to get you more patients and more business. So we'll talk about the best setup, the things to avoid, and tracking your results. So when you're running Google Ads for your counselor or therapist or psychologist, psychiatrist company, therapy, in general, Google search ad format is the best option because these ads show to people that are typing in keywords on Google. So we have an example here, counselor near me. Google will give you lots of suggestions right on the search and in their free keyword tool. So you can see what people are searching for. Counselor Houston, because that's where we're located. Counselor near me for anxiety, depression, for that takes insurance, all these different ones. You can see what people are searching, and you'd want your company to show at the top so they can easily find you on Google when they're searching. So we found that's the best option, and a couple of reasons is you can pick which keywords to show for and block specific keywords. So if you do very specific, maybe it's counseling for couples counseling, or you do not do couples counseling, you can block couples or different things like that. Or if you do grief counseling or you do not do grief counseling, you can put those different keywords in there for grief counseling or couples therapy or different things like that. Or if it's for a specific thing for anxiety or depression, or for psychiatrists, people often search for the specific prescription and different things like that. You have to be careful with compliance on that, but you can show for not selling the prescription, but people that want to know psychiatrists that are able to help them with that for different medications that treat different things. And also you can highlight the benefits right there in the ad. You can customize it, whatever you want it to say, any unique selling point of why they would pick you over a different counselor or therapist or psychiatrist. People often don't know the difference, so they'll search all of them and lots of variations of them. Another benefit, you can target the specific location. If you already have it running, double check your location. Make sure it's targeting people in that location, not people in and interested in that location. That means it's showing to people outside your specific zip code or city, or you can do maybe a 10-mile radius of your office. Or if you're remote, you can target an entire state or an entire country. It doesn't matter if you do virtual counseling. But whatever specific locations you want to target, Google has a setting in there and you can track everything. So this makes sure you're getting phone calls or you're getting appointments or people are filling out the contact form to get more information. You can also connect it to a live chat if you have that on there. How many people clicked on an ad and then started live chat? That's usually built into there. You can connect it to Google Ads or Google Analytics to see, okay, are my ads turning into any phone calls? Are they turning into any new patients? Are they at least starting a live chat or filling out the form or booking an appointment? You can track exactly what your ad dollars are doing to make sure they're actually profitable and they're bringing in more patients for you. So if you're finding this content useful, go ahead and like and subscribe to get more great content like this. Or if you decided you don't really want to learn how to do this yourself anymore, click on the description link below. We'll run everything for you. We'll even do a free audit, free consultation, so you can see exactly what we would do if we took over management of your account. That way you can focus on running your business rather than learning how to run ads all day. So Google search ads are the most beneficial by far. There are some other options. We'll talk about them in the next slides, kind of things to avoid. We'll just go through the list. We'll go through the whole thing. So first off, very important, make sure things are compliant. There's a lot of privacy things and Google's own policies. For example, no remarketing ads. Those are the ads that follow people after they've been on the website. For something as sensitive as therapy or counseling or psychiatrist, you cannot do remarketing. It's just a privacy thing. You can't follow people with the ads. And you have to be careful with the ad copy. Make sure you don't call out a specific thing. For example, you're not allowed to call out the specific thing. Are you feeling depressed? Are you struggling with depression? You have to be very careful with how you word that to not to say that you treat it, but to not call it out specifically. You can't put the names of specific prescriptions in there. There's a whole list on Google on what you can and cannot say in an ad. Just like any other place, it's very strict with psychiatrists and counseling and therapy. You have to read over Google's compliance things to make sure your ad copy is in order. You can make sure you're blocking the wrong keywords or not showing for the wrong keywords. We covered that in the other one. Google has a search terms report that shows you exactly what people were typing. You know, make sure you're blocking that, or just block it while you're setting up the campaign. If you know you don't treat a certain thing or you're not licensed for those type of treatments, then you'd want to not show for that keyword before you even launch. Also, select your target area correctly. A lot of people are showing outside of the area. If they want specific patients, you wouldn't want to go more than about 5 to 10 miles, maybe 20 from your office. If you're showing 200 miles from where your office is or in the wrong state, you definitely have the wrong setting on there. If you're getting a lot of contacts from people in another state, wasting money on ads, make sure to check your target settings. Also, things to avoid: Google suggestions. They pop up throughout the entire account. You know, raise your budget, use broad match keywords, apply all the recommendations, and then Google reps call and use the exact same script. They're paid. They get bonuses if you spend more money. It's just a giant call center. They're really not qualified to run your account at all. You'd want to learn how to do it yourself or hire an ad agency for counselors or therapists or psychiatrists that have experience with that. Google reps, they're not trained professionals for running accounts. They just kind of read their script, try to get you to spend more money. Same thing with the pop-ups in Google. You notice they're all kind of the same thing. Add more keywords, turn on automation, spend more money. They're kind of pushing the same agenda. Also, the different types of campaigns. We mentioned Google search, that being the most effective we've seen with the clients we run. It's the most profitable, most control. Some other options, Performance Max, that has every type of campaign all at once. So it is Google search, it's banner ads, it's video ads, it shows in Gmail, it shows everywhere at the same time. The problem with this, you can get a lot of low quality leads, you can get a lot of spam, a lot of junk. There's not nearly as much control for adding negative keywords. It doesn't show you the exact search terms you showed for. It's typically for much larger companies, or it's for e-commerce, online stores. It's not really the best for bringing in more leads. Demand gen's kind of the same thing. It shows on all different places. Not really the best for people going on google.com searching for your exact services. Display ads, if you do have a larger budget and there's blogs and different news sites and websites, or you want to show a lot to people in your area, it could be an option. It's just a banner ad. It's kind of like an online billboard. It just blasts you out everywhere. Or you can be on websites that people are seeking help and learning more about their condition and treatment options. Different online sites that have ads on it. You could have your banner ad on there, but that's a much larger budget, typically for branding. Google search is the most effective by far. It even outperforms local services ads, or Google Guarantee is another name for them. They have very mixed quality. Typically, Google search has the most control. You can pick your keywords, and it can be highly effective. That's what we've seen for our clients. Last thing we mentioned at the very beginning of the video, tracking. This is critical. You can track all the forms submitted on your website, or if you have an option to book an appointment online, this is huge. Highly recommend adding that as a feature to your website for new patients, or at least the contact form. A lot of people have questions. First, you want to track how many people clicked on the ad and then filled out a form of some kind. So you can see, is it actually bringing in new patients or not? You can connect that to your other tracking to see how many people clicked on an ad, filled out a form, and then became a patient. You'd also want call tracking. Make sure it's HIPAA compliant. With the HIPAA compliant one, you can, if you want to record the calls or track everything there, as long as the software is HIPAA compliant, it says that on there, you can track how many phone calls came from your ads. It doesn't show you nearly as much data as other ad campaigns, but you are able to track calls. And then Google inside of it, this isn't any other extra work. There's a search terms report. it tells you what people typed specifically. It doesn't attach it to the name or anything like that for compliance, but you can just see what you're paying for on Google. So if you check your search terms report, you're showing for a lot of things you don't treat, or you're not that type of counselor or therapist or psychiatrist, or for that matter, if you're a counselor, not a psychiatrist, someone specifically typing psychiatrist, you wouldn't want to show for that, or possibly the other way around. If people know the difference and they're seeking one specific therapy option, then you'd want to make sure you're not wasting money on that, and the search terms report is where it shows you that. So Google Ads for counselors or therapists or psychiatrists, different therapy options, can be very effective. There's just a lot of ins and outs. If you're running it yourself, you have to dedicate the time to learn it with videos like this and other videos, and make sure you dedicate a lot of time to learn it, or someone on your staff dedicate a lot of time to manage it in-house. You can always outsource it. We manage Google Ads for therapists, counselors, psychiatrists. We can run it all for you. We have a link in the description below to do a free audit, free strategy consultation if you want to talk to us. But the point is, it's not a set it and forget it like some other marketing options. You really have to actively manage it and make sure your Google Ads are producing more patients and they're profitable. You're spending in the right area for the right type of patients. Whatever you want to show at the top of Google for, it's set up correctly to do that. So if you have any further questions, you could post them in the comments below or reach out to us using the link, and thanks for watching.